to make an arrangement with the person on the other side to say, can you crack something open so my spirit can see how many people attended my funeral?
Well, where he's going, you can't that chasm. He ain't gonna be able to see shit. I mean, come on now. But number 47 is serving his purpose. The Most High is using him. Mm-hmm. Believe that.
Right.
And America is Babylon, and it's falling, and will continue to fall. B1.
This weekend was a perfect example of showing like the failure happening in real time.
Mm-hmm. And I will also leave with this note. We as FBA, we are truly blessed by the Most High because he's allowing his chosen people to witness the destruction. Thank you, Jesus.
Appreciate you coming up, Miss Nisi.
Bye-bye.
Shout out to Miss Nisi for coming up. Next up, we got Den Zemas. And by the way, I know you live you said you live in the DMV area now, so now you just got an experience of what tragedy looks like.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. Hold on, because I'm trying to fix my mic. What the hell? Oh my goodness. Hello.
Okay, it sounds like are you on a Bluetooth?
Yeah, this shit. I bought a new Sony Bluetooth. This shit is.
Okay, you sound much better now. For some reason, because this Wallow happened with him too. Like if you are on a Bluetooth, get off the Bluetooth because what happens is it makes it sound like you are so far away.
Yeah, I turned it off.
Okay, good. You sound much better now.
Yes. Well, what were you asking before? Because I didn't hear what you had said.
No, what I was saying was, you were in the DMV area now. I said, so now you got a chance to experience an event that was complete and utter trash and a failure.
Yeah, these people are sore fucking losers. Like, straight up, dude. I was actually thinking about going to DC that day, and you know how the older black.
Good thing you rethought it.
Yeah, well, I rethought it because the elders in my family was like, "Don't do that."
don't do it. Don't go down there. But like I said, it's too hot. It was too hot, and you probably would have been so out of place down there. I'm just saying. So it's a good thing that you didn't go. It was just nice watching the stuff unfold on social media because that's exactly how I got all these clips. Like, right. And it was so many more that I could have got. Like, it was a lot, especially over on Threads. It was a whole bunch of them. Like, you just typed in 250 and it was like they had literally threads on top of threads on top of threads of videos of how much of a disaster this thing was. But I said, I didn't want to stretch the stream out too long. I said, let me just get to the point and y'all see it.
Yeah. And one thing I've learned from this is, on top of these people being a sore loser, you know how they go on and on about how, you blacks don't want a race war, and because we're going to get our guns and we're going to F you N-words up. I'm looking at this shit and I'm saying to myself, y'all don't want the smoke after seeing this.
Oh, no.
I'm just looking at these people. Like the way they move, like absolutely no athleticism at all. I'm saying to myself, no wonder they have to fucking jump people all the damn time. Just so pathetic. So pathetic. Like if we wanted to, if we were a violent people, these people, they would have an issue on their hands. That's all I'm saying.
That's why they keep putting out these videos of black people, especially younger black people, getting into these altercations. Like recently, I don't know if y'all saw it, if you saw it or anybody in the chat saw it, but there was this video that went viral recently, and I think it happened in I want to say South Carolina. I think it was South Carolina, where there was a block party, and it was a bunch of black black teens, black people just in general that were there. And something happened. Apparently, there were some gunshots that were fired or something like that. The police got called in, and the police went to break it up. Those teens that were there started throwing hands with the cops, and I'm talking about throwing literal hands. One of the cops that they threw hands with was a woman. And like that video is floating all over social media. And then the thing is, when PC gets a hold of it, who already had an anti-black stance anyway, they're saying, oh, something needs to be done. Or if this was back in the day, it wouldn't happen like that. And this and the third. And even some of them that were trying to use the code speak, I could read through the code speak and see what they were saying. That's why I said before, and y'all heard me say it, but in case y'all didn't, I'm going to say it now. If you put the whip in their hand today, they would not hesitate to use it.
For real. And I saw that video too. But it's funny because there was something similar that happened down in Newport Beach in California. And it was mainly white and Hispanic kids. And you don't see none of the damn comments on them videos at all. Even the people in the comment section were like, where's the fatigue comments? You notice how they not coming over here now. That's what people were saying. But all of a sudden, when it's a bunch of black kids, all of a sudden they want to throw down a hammer and fatigue, and we need to change every fucking law under the book. But meanwhile, these kids were raiding up I think they were raiding up the entire mall area or some shit like that, and not one comment. It's like, when you on social media, you basically the algorithm will feed you basically what you're searching for. So we know what these people are searching for this shit anyway. But I just find it interesting that they conveniently skip that video, but they want to talk about the black incident. We know why, of course.
Just like the video that I just recently did, the update today, and the one that I did last week. With what happened in Ohio, with them finding the 16 children in that house. You don't hear the usual suspects who have that so-called black fatigue stuff, and not only just them, but also the tap dancers as well, talking about that. That's a relatively huge story, and none of them are talking about it. I had someone when I did the initial video last week tell me, Taurean, I live in Ohio and I didn't even hear about it. Now, mind you, I live in Maryland. This person said they live in Ohio, in the state that it happened in, and they didn't hear about it, but I did.
Yeah. What you call it? The propaganda machine will always protect them. Always. But the last thing I want to say, that the woman on that train, man. Oh goodness, I don't know what I would do in that situation.
Yeah, but she also had that look on her face like, I wish one of these mofos would. You can look like you can see it on her. You can see it on her face, like when the way she was looking up. Like, listen, if you are black, especially if you're a black American and you're a black woman, or you grew up around black women, they can give you that stare, that look, that look of I wish a motherfucker would. Or try me if you want to, and it's just a stare. It's like some of them call it back a few years ago they used to call it the resting bitch face, but it was like one of those looks like you give a look, or when you was younger, your mother just gave you a look if you knew you was cutting up and you stopped and you knew exactly what time it was. That's the kind of look that she was giving at that camera, like, I wish one of these mofos would try to even talk to me. Don't even look at me. Just do what you're doing. Get where you got to go so I can get where I got to go, because I ain't got time for this. It's too early.
Right. And I'm curious. Somebody told me that, I don't know DC like that yet, but somebody told me they would never go to South DC. What is that?
Southeast.
Yeah.
Southeast is I'm laughing because KG had brought that up, because that's what we're talking about, the Green Line, because the Green Line does go in the Southeast. But Southeast DC, that is the hood.
Okay.
That is, Southeast is the hood. And the thing is, they're lucky that they're dealing with this version of Southeast rather than the Southeast of 20 plus years ago. Because if DC was still considered Chocolate City, then they would, Southeast at one point in time, used to have all types of unalivings like crazy. Like it was one of them things where people were scared to go. Even other Black people were scared to go over there. But I've been to Southeast several times. And Southeast is like kind of relatively bigger than what people think it is. Because in DC, you have four quadrants. You have Southeast, Southwest, Northeast, and Northwest. Northwest is where Georgetown is at. That's the nice part. That's the very polished, expensive. You got to have some money to live over in Northwest. And I've been to all four quadrants, but Southeast, that's a different type of monster. If you ever heard of something called Ward 8, that's also Southeast.
Okay. Well, they know where to go and not to go, apparently.
Oh yeah. And like I said, they weren't going on that green line, and they was at Eastern Market. The Eastern Market was the blue, red, and the yellow line. They was not getting on that green line. Now, when you start to transfer over, when you get to a certain part on that green line, you're good. Like once you get to like LaFont Plaza and stuff like that, you're good because that's a transfer spot. But like anything before that, like Congress Heights, Anacostia, Southern Avenue, and all of that, they wasn't messing with it. As a matter of fact, you got to. You want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
In order to get to the baseball stadium in DC at Navy Yard where the Nationals play at, or even go to the soccer stadium that's right down the street, you got to get on the green line to get there.
Well, shit.
That's saying something. You got to leave out it. Like for me, you got to live out of like the bad part to get to the nice part.
Oh Lord! I bet if they had to do that, they were like, "Oh shit, these goddamn Negroes! Oh God, I feel like I'm gonna get robbed. Let me call the cops on standby." That's probably how the asses would be if they had to go through that. Then.
Yeah, they know better. They ain't going that far. They know better.
Well, like the last thing I'm gonna say, because I know you got to get ready to go, but yeah, these people just absolute sore losers. Like they're almost as pathetic as Kyle Rittenhouse. They're like that little bitch at the park who cries when they fall on their knees. And that's all I have to say. B1.
Appreciate you coming up. Shout out to Den Zemas. Next up, we got Jesse. What's going on?
Certified salute, Taurean certified salute to the family in the chat. Yeah, y'all stole my thunder. I was going to say they wasn't going to go to Southeast, and here y'all go talking about Southeast.
Yeah, they not going. Like I said, listen, DC might be gentrified, but Southeast is still Southeast.
Right.
Or as my DC people call it Southeast because they got to say it with the SOUF, not the SOUTH.
Right, and they wasn't going to Berry Farms either.
That's over in Southeast.
Yeah,
even though Berry Farms is going through a retooling or a facelift, I should say, because they got gentrified over there. So now they building up condos and stuff over there. I miss the old Southeast. I remember over at Berry Farms, now that you mention it, they used to have the tournaments over there, like the basketball tournaments every summer. I never went to it, but I would ride past it, and I would see them every weekend, like in the summertime, and they would be out there, and it would be like no drama. It would be them just a whole bunch of Black people out there having fun, having basketball tournaments. They don't have that no more because they tore that down, and now they are building those condos. The good thing about it though is they kept the name Berry Farms.
Yeah,
they didn't get rid of the name. They kept the name.
Somebody that's directly from Berry Farms, they're from Southeast, and that's all they talk about is how bad it used to be. Yeah. As far
Southeast used to have a reputation. I will admit that it used to have a huge reputation, like back in the early 2000s and the 90s and beyond that. But when they started gentrifying it, you don't really hear too many crazy things come out of it anymore.
Right. Did the National Guard go up in there, or they just stayed in Northwest?
Who?
When the National Guard got deployed, did they go through all throughout DC or just certain parts?
Oh, they don't have the National Guard in Southeast. The National Guard, they like downtown. As a matter of fact, where I work at, whenever I would get off the metro, I would always see them. Sometimes I would see them in the metro. Like they would have some patrolling in the metro, and where I would get off at Gallery Place. So I'm like down there, like right in the heart of DC. So when I would get off, I would see them standing outside of the station, just standing around, just whatever. Like that's all I would see them do. Okay. And that's the only time I ever see them is when I go down there.
And then like Hurricane Niecy said, I thought it was funny that they had to take shelter at the African American History Museum.
Yep.
That shit was hilarious for that storm that just came out of nowhere. Because I was talking to somebody else from DC, and it was like that storm just came out of nowhere. We didn't see it coming.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 110 degrees that day. So
it was very hot that day. Like it was extremely hot.
Right. So yeah, I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was ABK for real, because they talking about all that black fatigue, and we're tired of being around black.
Meanwhile, nature is fatigued with them.
Yeah, the sun dodgers got fatigued. And Lisa showed the video. They was sitting on the floor. They had to sit on the floor, and they was laying on the floor. That shit was hilarious. I think we should work on changing the name of that museum too. It should be the Foundational Black American History Museum.
Have you ever gone there?
No, but we have one here in Denver called the Blair Well African American Research Library. I want to change the name of that too.
Yeah, I've been to the museum. I actually went there around the time when they first opened up. I'm sure by now they probably added way more stuff in there since the last time I went. Because when it first opened, this was before the pandemic.
Yeah.
So I had went there when they had first opened, because I remember that's when you had to have like passes and tickets and everything like that, because it was heavily sought after. Now you can just go whenever. But I remember going in there, and I was able to walk around the majority of it. I will tell you like this: if you ever get a chance to go, it's going to take you a couple of days to get through it, because it's huge. It's a lot to cover inside of it.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to check it out. Yeah, I wanted to go to the rally for reparations. That's what I was planning on going to DC, but it didn't work out that way. But there'll always be another time to go. But yeah, I appreciate you having me up, Taurean. Make sure I check out from Line Blacc News.
All right, appreciate you coming up. All right, next up we got AW1. What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on, chat? What's going on with you, Taurean?
I'm doing good. I'm doing better than the people in these clips I showed.
All those bozos, yeah. Yeah, so much for black fatigue, quote unquote, right? They don't think about us. They don't want to talk about us, but we're living rent-free in their minds.
Of course.
And we're only 12% of the population. We don't bother nobody. We'll be left alone.
Allegedly.
Allegedly 12%? All right. But, I mean, like, where do these bozos come from again?
Maybe I keep saying that they were probably hatched or made in a lab.
Had to be. It's like, and in that video they showed of those, oh, see, we will protect your women. Yeah, right. So you're gonna take one nut who's mentally disabled, by the way, who should have been let out, who attacked that poor lady. You know, of course, Charlie Kirk, may he rest in hell. You know, use that as the jumping point. This is how the blacks are coming after us. That's one of the last things he did, I think. Before
the last word he said was gang violence. I'll never
forget that. That's one of the last things he. No, that's one of the last reports he did too.
Those were his last. Those were his last words. Was gang violence. I will never forget that.
It was gang violence.
Yeah, when he was speaking at that event out there in Utah where he got popped, those were his last words. If you don't believe me, go and look at the video. His last two words was gang violence.
Like you said, we live rent free in their mind. But that was Charlie's whole gift.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Now I'm saying the thing is, the person that did it wasn't even a gang member. Imagine that.
It was someone that was a Republican. Because I looked it up. I mean, I didn't look up that guy, but what I saw, he voted for Trump.
He was PC, so I guess you can say.
Yeah, he was. He was a white dude too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they're saying he's a liberal because he's gay. I think that's the dumbest thing. That's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life.
They did that because they'll do anything to say anything but white on white crime. Like
I'm about to say right.
So they have to throw on what his sexuality was or who he allegedly aligned himself with politically. But it's like,
man, white privilege is nice.
I said at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who he decides to lay down with or who he's voting for. He's still a PC man at the end of the day.
That is one of white crime. You're right. Yeah. Exactly. No, You're 100% right about that. And off the topic, this will take a sec. The Michael movie's at $991 million.
I saw it. It's like
Goodness gracious.
It's going to hit the billion. It's going to hit it.
I think this week it might do it finally. If not this week, next week for sure.
Yeah, but definitely before the month is out for sure.
Did you see how the Japanese rolled out the red carpet for that man?
Who?
In Japan?
Oh yeah, listen, Michael had a huge Japanese fan base.
I see that.
As a matter of fact, when he did his bad tour, that's where he started out. He started off in Japan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where he kicked his bad tour off at.
Michael Wikipedia. Yeah, Tori, you're Wikipedia Michael Jackson. You and you and that Don Charles guy, that British reporter. By the way, you should check him out. He's doing a great job these days.
Okay.
They're working on a great. Oh, and I was going to ask you. There's this Asian lady who's around. I think she's around our age.
Mm-hmm.
Who's fighting against like the racism in her own community. She did this great documentary. I think you should check it out. If you like it, maybe you can have her on the show and maybe pull us up on the panel. We can talk.
I need to actually see the documentary first.
Yeah, see it first, right? If you don't like it, yeah, don't worry about it. It's called Liquor Store Dream. It's like $3 to rent.
Okay.
$3 or $4 to rent. But I think because she got into it with her old dad in that movie about Latasha Harlins and other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And matter of fact, I think not that long ago, a month ago, when Rick Chow got let off, she was one of the first Asian folks to speak out and said, "No, black folks should boycott y'all." She was one of the first ones to say it. And she grew up watching Spike Lee movies and stuff, so she didn't believe the stereo and all the black folks that she been because she lived in Gardena. I grew up not too far from there. So I know what area she was talking. I was like, oh man, I recognize that whole area. But back to these bozos, yeah, man, these dudes are losers. But if you want to check that out if you want to. That's up to you, Tori.
AW1, put the name of the documentary in the chat because Iron Will was asking what the name of it is.
For sure. Sure. I'll do it when I get off here with you.
Okay.
But like I said, but back to what you're saying, but Tori, I just want to give you your flowers as well. Man, keeping us up to date. You, KG, DeWan, with Rob ever, but he's not up here these days.
Mm-hmm.
But I applaud what you do for our community, man. I appreciate it.
Okay, no problem. Thanks. Thanks for being a part, and contributing your voice.
Absolutely.
Because like Professor Blacc says, he says we are just like me, like himself, like we're just the voice, like we're just the messenger, but y'all are the new Blacc Media, like the people who consume what we put out there and help spread the word. Y'all are the new Blacc Media,
and we all got to be, like you said, be one. We all got to be one. It can't be like one leader or because I don't look at you as a leader. No offense. You got the
listen. I'm glad you said that. Like, please don't call me that. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Because the thing is, when you start wearing that leader label, that's a lot of weight on your shoulders, and a lot comes with that.
Well, King Randall seems to like it. But that brother's doing great work down there, man. He's had some stuff I disagree with sometimes, but I look at the bright side of it. He's actually helping our community, so shout out to him. But but like I said, Tori, just keep up the great work you're doing. All of y'all, stay woke, be woke, and I'll put that documentary right out for you, man, and the link.
All right, appreciate it. All right, shout out to AW1, and this is going to be the last person that's coming up. Andrea, what's going on?
Hey, Taurean, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, I just wanted to say we don't have to lift a finger. The Most High got us, and He's showing. Okay? I was watching what's going on in Europe. Over 20-something thousand people have died already from the sun. Okay? Wow. Hey, the sun ain't gracious to demons. Okay? Look at what's going on in here in America. One of Trump's speeches, they had hailstorm. Okay? And then a flood. Okay? Everything he tried to do crumbles. And and they should pick up. If that's not a signal, what else is? But they're so arrogant, they don't see it. They see him as their king. And when their king fall, they will fall also. It's already happening, but they just don't see it. But that's all I have to say. Be
All
one
right.
family
Be
and
one.
salute. I love you all. Be blessed and stay safe and keep your head on a swivel. Oh, one more last thing I have to say.
Okay.
When it comes to our children, we have to teach our children, okay, about the danger of white supremacy. I don't let my grandkids go around calling any demon their friend, okay? I'm not saying they're all bad, but collectively they are. So, like Muhammad Ali says, okay, I remember this quote. If you got snakes outside your yard, okay, hundreds of them, why would you let them in because of two good ones? Ain't happening. Ain't happening at all. That's all I have to say. I love you all. Taurean, keep up the good work.
You too. Thank you. Be one.
That's B1.
Shout out to Andrea for coming up and closing out with the panel. And also AW1 just put in the chat the link to the documentary he was talking about. He said it's called Liquor Store Dream. So make sure y'all go ahead and write it down, type it in, go watch it. I'll check it out and see what that's hitting on. But anyway, y'all, I do appreciate everyone for coming through, and shout out to Andre Williams 4180 for becoming a member of the channel, and also shout out to Iron Will for contributing to the super chat, and Andrea for sending me a cash app. I do greatly appreciate it. I'm glad that I was able to come on here and do this stream with y'all. 2 videos coming tomorrow at 1 at 10 and 1 at 3, so definitely be on the lookout for those. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Y'all enjoy the rest of the evening. Make sure y'all stay hydrated, because even though the weather did die down a little bit from all that heat, it is still summertime, so it's still warm. But make sure y'all stay hydrated. Make sure y'all AC is cranked up. And most importantly, be safe and be one.